Hello YouTube, this is Darkon633 and today I'm bringing a review of the Transformers Generations Deluxe Class Arcee. Now 2014 is just about ready to end for everyone here in America, but before that I decided to go ahead and review the last two Generations figures, at least ones that I haven't put up yet for 2014, and that is both Arcee and Chromia. Now, I was going to put up Skybite and Roadbuster, but due to time constraints and various other problems, I didn't get a chance to get them up or even kind of fix up my uploads and everything. I might put them up for 2015, but for now, these are the last two reviews at least I'm going to do for 2014. And so that's Arcee and Chromia. Anyways, now for Arcee, Hasbro did something very bizarre for this figure altogether. There are two major differences. Well, not major differences, but two major things about Arcee that can be something strange to think about. Now, the first thing is something that needs to be addressed, is that there are two versions of Arcee for some bizarre reason. One is the version that's the closed-hand version, where it's completely closed off, and then this version, which has the open-hand version. Now, normally, I wouldn't care really about the differences between normal and open. Things seems to be just a running change and all that. However, when you see in her hand here, this is how far the gun can go in her hand. And because of that, it's kind of distracting and kind of ugly that the peg can't go in all the way. Now, supposedly for the closed hand version, the guns can actually fully go into her hand without any issue, which is a real pain, actually. Now, another thing that's really weird is that this second gun actually doesn't go with Arcee. For some reason, Hasbro decided to release this alongside Arcee, and this actually is supposed to go to Chromia. So once I review the Chromia, you'll see what I mean, what the problem is there. Now, the other accessory she includes, obviously, is the gun that's in her hand, and two swords, which are very close and reminiscent of something we would see in the animated Arcee back in like 2008 or so. But anyways, we'll take a quick look at the box. It's in the standard box, which we got accustomed to throughout the year for the Generations, including the comic book. The back, it just shows its stats and so on. It becomes the Cybertron and Cruiser mode. Now, it's really cool that Arcee finally got a release altogether, since this is a figure that many G1 fans have been wanting for a long time. We've got a lot of Arcees in the past, such as the Prime Arcee, the Energon Arcee, and a couple of others. But we just never got the definitive G1 Arcee unless you really count the Valkyrie and the other custom Arcees. But it's really nice that Hasbro finally decided to make a whole full-on Deluxe Arcee that will be an official product rather than being a third party. Now we'll take a quick look at the comic that she comes with. If I remember correctly, this is actually a part of the Dawn of the Autobots storyline. I mean, it's Dark Cybertron, but it's leading up to the Dawn of the Autobots, which not going to be really too spoiler-filled here. It's just a pretty cool comic, actually. I really like Dark Cybertron. It's actually one of the few comics from the Robots in the Skies comics that I fully read. The other ones I read snippets of, but I never got a chance to fully read all of it up till now. But I really like the Dark Cybertron arc, and it's pretty awesome. Now, Arcee here, we'll take a quick look at her articulation points. Her arms aren't ball joints, so it allows full movement all around. And the way that it's formed, it actually does not get hindered by the backpack, so that's good. Her arms can swivel. She can bend at the elbow, but she has no wrist swivels, so bear that in mind. Her head is on a ball joint, which allows full movement and can go up and down as well, a really good amount. And can even kind of bend forward more, but that's just due to transformation. It looks kind of ugly, so that's not really an articulation point per se. She has no waist articulation, but her hips can move only about this much normally. But because of transformation, you can also bend it out even further. So while that looks really awkward, at least it gives you a little bit more movement in the legs. The legs can obviously go forward and back. Bend at the knee. Can swivel up on the leg as well. And her feet can pivot pretty well due to transformation. And that's pretty much it for articulation points. Now, you can put this gun in her other hand if you so wish to, even though this gun does not belong to her, since it's supposed to go to Chromia. But if you wanted to, you can go ahead and give her the second blaster. Once I get it in her hand, for some reason, it's a big problem. So yeah, it pretty much only goes about that far, so I really do not like that about the the open hand RC. And if you wanted to, you can also put in the swords on the sides. So she gives her these side blades. So I think that's a pretty cool design. What's also cool is that the pegs on the side, you can kind of put the swords on her hips if you wish to. Or if you want, you can also put on the gun, so it makes it look like she's kind of just getting ready to just holster guns on the side of her legs. So that's cool that they allow you the ability to do that as well. Now for transformation, it's actually pretty simple. What you're going to do is pull up the head so that it locks it out of place. You're going to detach the entire midsection so that it looks like that. And then you're going to pull this piece down so it collapses like this. You take this backpack piece and fold it up. Push up that piece here, and then push down the abdomen piece, so now it actually covers up the head. Her arms, just go over there for now. You pull out the entire leg like you did earlier, like I showed earlier in robot mode. Then you gotta turn these around. Fold down the feet, and then you just kind of slide them into little components there. So it looks like that. And what you're going to do next is just put down the arms. And unfortunately, this for what I can tell, these pieces don't go anywhere, so the arms just kind of sit around, so that's kind of a bummer. And to finish out the transformation, what you're going to do is make sure that this goes over the peg that's on the side of her legs there. So now it looks like that one fully folded in. And there you have Classics, well, Generations Arcee in her vehicle mode. I'll be back and we'll take a good look at Arcee. Now here's Arcee in her vehicle mode. She actually rolls pretty well, actually. The wheels mostly stay on the ground, so that's good that there isn't much hindrance in terms of the vehicle mode. And the vehicle mode looks very G1-like. I like the fact that they went this route and actually made it pretty close to her G1 design, if not pretty much almost spot on her screen design. So that's pretty awesome that they went with this route instead of going with the other generations where they kind of reimagined it in a new form and so on. And it is also based on our IDW Comics version, obviously, as well. Now in this mode, what you can do if you wished, you can kind of just plug the swords on the side here. And then, I guess if you really wanted to, you can also plug in the guns on top. And yes, the pieces do pop off quite a bit, so I'll just put the sword back on. So. And then I just plug in the gun if you wish, like that. So now you kind of have like an armored car as well. So, you know, Arcee is a pretty nifty design, and I really like the overall aspect of the Arcee toy in its entirety. Now, I'll be going back to Roll Mode to show you, to explain my final thoughts. Now, Arcee is a very exceptional figure. I really enjoy what Hasbro and Takara has done to design the toy in its entirety. I think she looks really close to her G1 counterpart, both on the show and in the IDW comics and so on. And it's really nice that after all these years, they finally made the definitive Arcee to go with the Classics, Generations, and so on collection. Now, this figure is kind of hard to get a hold of. I heard that some people have found it in their, I think, Toys R Us, Targets, and Walmarts as well, but the problem is they're in such low quantities, especially with the Combiner Wars pretty much just come out, not like about a week ago. It is really hard to get a hold of these figures. Now, the Arcee I actually got from BBTS, so otherwise, if you do see her in the store, don't hesitate to pick her up whatsoever. Arcee is literally the best figure for Arcee you're going to get ever. I mean, they could always make a new one down the line, but this is definitely the Arcee to get if you like the character and so on, and I highly recommend it. Anyways, please check out Hirotaku. Also check out the podcasts on Rajio Nihon, WRW, Hero Talk, and Hero News. Also please comment and subscribe and check out the site as well, and I'll see you on YouTube. Bye.